two fighters to the center of the ring.
Dressing room, are there any questions? Any questions from Chief Seconds? All right, remember, obey my commands, protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves now, let's get to them.
Dan, just quickly before the bell, one fact that is important here. One thing about Joe Hipp, as you see right away, he is a southpaw, very rare.
In April of 1991, that was actually on the Holyfield Foreman undercard.
Good body punch by Morrison. The left hook up top is his best punch, but his body punch is also.
And as we're well aware, has been hit before, but when his punches land, they just...
Tommy said he has to. It might work for him at the lower levels of boxing. Well, not at the top. There's the hook.
Did tire badly in the Mercer fight, although you get the impression that it wasn't so much.
That Ray Mercer started to punch back in that fourth round, and I think those punches might have had more effect on...
Tommy Morrison and Joe Hipp, stay with us.
Especially on the right eye, which is real dangerous because that's...
A spectacular combination by Morrison. Gloves low and is just, as Alex said, of what we've seen here as we move into the second round here. There's clearly Tommy Morrison.
So much that the doctor or the referee have to stop the fight. He's not exerting himself. He's not going wild.
Tommy Morrison and Joe Hipp.
Joe Hipp fell into a right to the body there. He came inside with a back, which he hasn't done much of.
Is the trainer of Tommy Morrison, co-trainer after Morrison has sailed over the top.
One thing that you notice with Joe Hipp, when he does
weight fight, Tommy Morrison is unscathed for a good reason. Joe Hipp solid punch effectively the entire fight yet. As we move now into this, been very successful. We're here at 4,500 feet roughly in elevation to Colorado Springs to the Air Force Academy. Normally he trains at Virginia Military Institute at a lower altitude. Good work inside here by the two fighters. And for training in Kansas City for the Ray Mercer fight. Alex thought they were far
right. That's all of Way did to the loss. I mean, you learn from it, you get better.
We want to remind our local ABC stations that at the end of this round we're going to take a station break.
Straight out, but he had one hand up.
This is the end of the third round. Tommy Morrison, who's on the left of your screen, and Joe Hipp.
First time in the fight, a little blood was drawn, and interestingly, it was on Tommy Morrison, under his left eye.
We're in the fourth round, as I said. The first three rounds, obviously winners on the scorecard for Morrison.
That's right. I think that's exactly right.
And
Barbara knows how important this fight is also.
We won't be hearing many pro-Morrison. Category is several notches below Tommy Morrison, but
forward very, very slowly, but he is coming forward. He is not shown, exhibited. He's shown they haven't had the effect they've had on some of the lesser opponents.
So Joe Hipp is a southpaw fighter, only the second that Morrison has faced professionally. And of course, facing a right-hander is nothing new. Hey, there's a good combination by Joe Hipp.
The best sequence in the fight for Joe Hipp.
And the left landed right on Morrison's chin.
45 seconds to go in round 4. You have to have questions about Tommy Morrison's step. He's hurt.
Another left hand by Hipp.
And he responded with a big left.
He sure did. You saw Morrison come in with it. Up would be an understatement. But Joe Hipp, you can see it in his eyes, have become interesting here in the closing moments of the fourth round. Fourth, we are scheduled for 10, and this thing just got fun.
He looked to a guy in Joe Hipp who really, as big as he is not a power puncher, Dan. He's really kind of an arm puncher.
Great uppercut by Morrison.
And the first one we've seen.
And a right to the chin puts Joe Hipp down. Chin by Morrison.
From a man who's supposed to be
a right hand by Hipp, Alex.
From somebody who's supposed to be a left hooker. He's using his right hand better than we've seen.
We're in the fifth round, a little over 2 minutes.
And you notice Joe Hipp is not up in the mouth.
Yep, Hipp bleeding from the mouth. And Tommy Morrison, a double right hand. And Joe Hipp better protect himself.
If he's got enough left, he looked tired in the fourth. Another half hook, half uppercut.
Hanging on. And Tommy Morrison, a double right hand.
Than we do, and he might sense that he was getting real tired. I mean, he expended a lot of energy. And he may be right. He may be exhausted right now and looking to let his tank fill up a little bit. It just changed his whole life. And he's fighting as though Tommy Morrison. He is clearly... another left hand from Joe Hipp.
Boy, and that one was right there. And another good combination. Apparently stemmed that flow of blood from his mouth. There's a good right hand. Here we come to the end in the seventh round of a professional fight. And he looked spent.
Clearly, Sylvester Stallone and Joe Hipp have different person. There are some similarities.
That's right. Again, a reminder that that knee brace on the right leg of Joe Hipp is nothing current.
Good right hand there.
Yeah.
You know, the big thing is, it appears the problem. Good combination by Hipp. Good, solid.
Good right hand to the rib. And there was a good scoring combination by Joe Hipp.
Then unless Tommy Morrison does get a second or third win or whatever he's looking for,
a member of the Blackfeet where Joe was born, grew up in Yakima, Washington, lives now. Tommy Morrison, there's John Brown, his co-manager and trainer, and yes, that is a concerned look. And you see Joe Hipp scored with an uppercut. But this crowd here in Reno has definitely swung over Joe Hipp in favor. A reminder that we are not the officials.
Wide open the mouth of Tommy Morrison, absolutely exhausted.
It's cut. You can't fight with your mouth open. Oh, a good right hand by Morrison, and that hurts Joe Hipp. Joe Hipp is in trouble. Joe Hipp is down. A right hand from Tommy Morrison staggers Joe Hipp. It stops the fight. And Tommy Morrison summons the power today, and it saves him in the 9th round. The first right hand. Watch the right hand. Here, next punch. Right there.
Boom.
I don't think Joe Hipp, I don't think he would have
chopping
recovered.
punch. Let me just go through the scorecards that we have right here. Official scorecards. Keith McDonald had it 76-75 Morrison.
Looking forward to some of the next fight. I think I learned a lot from this. Joe Hipp is one of the hardest punches I've ever fought. Very tough guy, very courageous, and I take my hat off to him.
Tommy.